so much to the president, everyone up here, provost, the incredible faculty, and you guys, welcome, congratulations. This is a moment for celebration. You know, a friend of mine, he once said, Josh, I laugh hard and I cry hard. It all reminds me that I'm alive. Well, this is one of those moments. A moment to laugh hard, smile hard, feel overjoyed to bask in this accomplishment. And take every moment to eat your cake. This is not the time for the, yeah, but there's more to be done. Yeah, but I have to build my skills, find a new job, get that next degree. No. Today, give yourself permission to be fancy. Because you're fancy. Now, as far as I can tell, life is about doing tough things, and if you can do them with grace, well, then you're playing at a really high level. And that's what you've done today. Now, I'll tell you what else you've done, and on your big day, of course, I'm gonna make this all about me. You've officially insulated yourselves from having to deal with well-meaning family members saying what my mother says to me on a weekly basis. I wish you had gone to college. And I'll be like, yeah, Mom, but I've done some stuff, right? I had a TV show with my name in it, in a film that won the Academy Award for Best Picture, successful podcast, millions of followers, married 3 kids, and she'll look at me and say, yes, but you know nothing of social studies. Dean, is that a major? Social studies? It's not. Someone called my mother. By the way, the guy giving you your commencement speech didn't go to college, but talk to them. Look, I know West Coast University has a long history of preparing students for vital roles in the healthcare community, and as a lifelong hypochondriac, I just want to say I'm thrilled to be surrounded by so many people who can take care of me. But I want to help you too. So maybe as one of your future patients, I can help you prepare for the field. So where are my dental hygiene graduates at? Yeah. Get ready to be lied to. A lot. Okay? No one's flossing. Right? Not one of us. I think flossing's a myth. Please, have mercy on us. We're good people. We're just lazy. And stop asking if we have a water pick. It's not 1994. What about where my nurses at? Woo! Okay. All right, so here's the cocktail. All right? 1 part cranberry juice, 1 part apple juice, 1 part ginger ale. It's not a drink order, it's just available at every hospital. And makes your patients happy, it'll make you, it's just delicious. So, and never forget the greatest goal in nursing, a FIGS ambassadorship. Right? Or Cherokee, keep it humble. You know, Scrubs humor. You know, we're getting really specific. All right, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When my son was born, I decided to get certified in CPR. It felt like a good skill to have, especially with little kids. And after I completed the course, the instructor said, congratulations, you can save a life. It's a lot of responsibility. Cut to a few months later, I'm at one of those trampoline parks, clearly sponsored by the orthopedic lobby. With my kids, by the way, I'm not doing trampoline park single rider. And I hear a scream ring out, and I see someone lying on the ground, surrounded by people, and I think, it's go time. And truthfully, I was terrified. You know, I knew I had to help, but I didn't know if I could be effective, not yet. And I ran up and declared, I know CPR. And a woman looks up and says, I'm an EMT. And I thought, oh, thank God. And then the woman looked at me and said, are you the guy from Drake and Josh? And I was like, ma'am, phone case. But that's what all of you do, right? Whether you're on the front lines or supporting those who are, you make the rest of us feel that same relief. That we're in good hands, that we're cared for, that everything is going to be okay. And that's the magic of being of service, of doing something that matters. And I can't think of a better or more important quality to carry into your life than this: service. To be the person people turn to give more than you take, or as the St. Francis prayer says, that where there is hatred, I may bring love, that where there's doubt, I may bring faith, that where there's despair, I may bring hope. Service. Like the support your friends and family have given you who are here today. Thank you.
So cool. So cool.
You know, it's hard to encapsulate a lifetime worth of Peck into one talk. So let me tell you what I know for sure. You're the fish you're trying to catch. You're the love of your life. You're everything you've been looking for. You were born lucky. And I don't mean to make light of anything you've gone through, all the hard work it took to get here. But if you're sitting in that seat, something was in your favor. I'll tell you one last story. On my podcast, I interviewed my friend Safi Bakal, a physicist and cancer researcher at Harvard, an aggressive underachiever. And he told me the story of Dr. Judah Folkman. Now, in the early 1970s, Judah, a young cancer surgeon, began noticing that the tumors he removed from patients were covered in blood vessels. Now, he theorized that building a tumor was much like building a home, and it required a foundation. You had to lay pipes to bring in oxygen and nutrients. And this process is known as angiogenesis. What if we created a drug, he thought, that blocked those pipes, that intercepted that signal from the tumor, telling the body to build more foundation? Now, at the time, the only cancer treatments were radiation or chemotherapy. And Folkman's ideas, they were met with skepticism and resistance. He was called crazy, and he received countless rejection letters and was eventually asked to stop his research or resign because his colleagues thought he was just wasting time. He resigned, and for 30 years he kept going. And then in 2003, at a major cancer research conference in Chicago, a doctor presented results from one of the largest colon cancer trials ever conducted, a trial based on Judah's ideas. He said, here are the results. Patients who received Judah's drug lived longer than anyone has ever lived before with metastatic colon cancer. And the crowd erupted in a standing ovation. One of the speakers said, if only Dr. Folkman were alive to see this moment. But Dr. Folkman was in the audience. And he simply turned to a colleague and smiled. He had transformed the world of cancer treatment. Today, there's an entire class of anti-angiogenic drugs that came directly from Judah's labs, and those breakthroughs led to a company called Celgene, which eventually sold for $100 billion. Now, Safi later worked with Judah, and he asked him, how did you persist? Through all those years, the ups and downs, the rejection, people telling you it would never work. And Dr. Folkman responded, Safi, there are just no experts in the future. I wish for all of you Dr. Folkman's belief, his drive in the face of adversity, the courage to be disagreeable in a world that asks you to conform, and the strength to do the right thing even when no one's watching. Yeah, I used to think I had to wrestle success from life, that it was my job to grab achievement or prestige, security, but it's simpler than that. A good life is the result of good living. Your character is your fate. And the only cover charge for a good life is gratitude. Laugh hard, cry hard, dance hard, and most importantly, eat your cake. You earned every bite. Thank you. Congratulations.